Hi guys, welcome to another video. I need another tote bag. I do. Before you start screaming at the screen that you've got a ridiculous amount of bags and the last thing you need is another tote bag, I do. I need another large tote bag. So hear me out on this, hear me out on this. But what do I go for? Do I go for a Louis Vuitton? Do I go for another Neverfull? Do I go for something a bit more bougie, like maybe the Toujours bag from Dior? Do I go for a Goyard bag? That's a word you've never heard me say before. Help me out. So when I was doing my bag collection video, it showed me where I have a lot of bags. It also showed me where I've got a lot of bags the same, and it also showed me where I've got some gaps. Now, again, hear me out. These are all first world problems, I know. But there is a certain bag that I use so often that I do need another one. I need a different version of it in order to give it a little bit of a rest because I am wrecking it. But also, just as an alternative, like colourway. So let me just grab it. It's obviously the Neverfull. It's obviously the Neverfull. I love this bag. I use this bag most days. You can see by the state of it. While I'm talking about this, actually, let me just show you something. Just hear me out on this. I don't often use a bag organiser, particularly in the big tote bags, even though they are a big black hole. Sometimes I like it to be slouchy. However, I have discovered this. Look at this. This is a bag organiser, and this is from Handbag Angels. Now, I just want to mention Handbag Angels because they lost their Instagram a while ago, and now it's back. Thank goodness for that. But it's a small, local, independent company. They're just trying to make a living like all the rest of us. And yeah, anyway, they have been through a really rough time. Anyway, they are now doing these bag inserts, and let me just get this out and show you. They're doing these bag inserts. So obviously I went for beige to match the interior of the Neverfull, and it is like a normal, obviously, bag insert, but it has a zippable top to it. So I just thought, not many. I know some other brands do these, but not to this level for the price and the quality and everything else. So when I saw Handbag Angels do this, and it's got a cup holder, you can see it up there, it's got a cup holder. Now this is all Velcro as well, so you can just take this off. So that just comes off the zippable part. And then you've got your normal bag insert there. It's very light, it's very thin. So it still leaves the slouch in my bag, which is what I want. So yeah, I just thought if any of you guys that are interested in the sort of normal felt type liners, but then that you've got the function of a removable zippable top and a bottle holder, go check them out. Their prices are so good. I think a lot of you guys out there will love it too. So thank you to Handbag Angels for sending me this gorgeous product and for sponsoring this little segment of the video. But yeah, go check them out. So back to the Neverfull. I use this bag so much, and yeah, I am wrecking it. I am literally wrecking it, and I know that there will come a day where these handles will they'll just probably wear through. I don't know. It has been indestructible so far, but I would like another one, just that it looks a bit newer, a bit less battered, and maybe in a different colour, just so that I don't have, just I've got an alternative, because I use this so much more than, for example, the Dior Book tote. These types of totes are just a lot easier to use, in my opinion. So I only have this one that's like that. Plus, obviously, I have my Chanel Deauville, but it's a different look, it's a different type of bag and everything else. So what would I choose as an alternative to the Neverfull? Well, I could just get another Neverfull. It would have to be the GM. I think I would go for the Azure, the Demi Azure. Then it's like a summer version. And it won't be as durable. Well, it will be as durable in the canvas, but I might have to be more careful with the light colour of the canvas and colour transfer, things like that. But does it matter if you're using it as a throw around bag and actually you're buying it for that purpose, that you are allowed to trash it? I did a video all about that. So maybe, yeah, maybe another Neverfull is just the answer because I know I love it. What about Goyard? I just watched Cassie Thorpe's video on Goyard, and I'm a little bit the same as Cassie. It's so hard to even get any information about the Goyard prices, the availability, the sizes, the colours, all the rest of it. That unless you are willing to go, I don't know, you'd have to even be in the right country, on the right city. London has a really small store, I think, so I might go check it out when I'm down there. But I have been to Paris a couple of times, and I've been into the Goyard shop once, and we had to queue for such a long time outside. And it's crazy. There's no proper system there, and you felt very rushed inside. It was a beautiful store. Um, but I didn't get any information. It was very, yeah, there was lots of us. It was busy. I was very conscious that all these poor people were still waiting outside, and I was trying to be as quick as possible because I knew that we'd had to wait a long time. And therefore, you don't get the experience that you should have, do you? So yeah, I've no idea how much their tote like this would be. I think it would be the St. Louis. I think it's called the St. Louis, and it is the one that's very pliable like this. They do a different one, which is it the Artois bag. There's another one anyway. So it has reinforced corners so that the base is a lot sturdier than the Neverfull. And I think it has the zippable top, so the whole thing is a lot more structured. I don't think that's the one for me. I like the pliable, slouchy nature. So I think it would be the St. Louis. But then I've heard really, really horror stories, not horror stories, but bad reviews that the canvas doesn't wear that well, and that, yeah, you get corner wear because it's quite sharp. I don't know, but I do like the look of them. I wouldn't go for a crazy colour, even though some of the colours are actually, years ago, I never liked them. I used to think they were like, it sounds awful, but like an old granny bag. But actually, I'm sort of getting towards being an old granny myself anyway. But yeah, I think the traditional black, but with black, not with brown. We don't like the brown leather. Or the grey's beautiful, but then I've got a grey Deauville. Anyway, actually the orange is quite nice. Anyway, I would be tempted, but if they are a similar amount of money to the Neverfull, then I would be tempted. If they're a lot more than that, I think I'd just go for a Neverfull. So yeah, what do you think, guys? Or do I go completely different and go for something like the Toujours bag, the leather, the slouch, the hobo, but the tote style of bag, but it's a lot fancier than the Neverfull. But then it's double the price, or more than double the price. And you'd have to be careful with the leather. So it depends what I'm going to use it for. It just does, doesn't it? If it's a summer holiday bag that you can throw anywhere, it needs to be either the Goyard tote or the Neverfull in the Azure. But if I want something that's a really big, useful bag but still looks amazing, but you'll have to be careful with it, maybe the Toujours bag. Decisions. What do you think, guys? Who knows? Anyway, have a look at my description box below where I'll put all the details about Handbag Angels. Go and support them. They're a local independent business. They are super lovely girls to deal with, honestly. They're amazing. So go and have a look. All the details of anything to do with Handbag Angels is in the description box below. So thank you guys for sponsoring part of this video. Thank you for the item. It's fantastic. I've bought quite a few Handbag Angel things over the years, and it's the only liners other than this one that I've ever bought. So, and I learned my lesson with this one. So there we have it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. What would you suggest I do? So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another one.